So you're running Google Ads. You already know it's one of the most powerful marketing tools on the entire planet. But let's be honest, it can also feel like one of the fastest ways to just light your budget on fire if you're not super careful.
Yeah, that quote probably hits a little too close to home for some of you. It's not just a feeling, it's a painful reality for a ton of advertisers. You get a campaign up and running, the clicks start pouring in, but the sales, well, they're just nowhere to be found. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you're gonna want to stick around.
Because here's the deal, the entire game has changed. What worked for you a few years ago can literally work against you now. Google's AI is in the driver's seat, and if you don't give it the right roadmap, you're basically heading straight for a cliff. We're here to help you grab the wheel.
All right, first things first, we're gonna start with the absolute foundational pillars of any successful account. Seriously, if you get these wrong, everything else you try to build is just gonna be on shaky ground.
Okay, number one, let's tackle the single most critical mistake, the one that can undermine everything else you do.
The biggest mistake, by far, is flying blind with bad conversion tracking. I mean, if you're not accurately tracking your sales or your leads, you're just guessing, right? The fix for today's AI-driven world is to go way deeper. You need to implement enhanced conversions that securely sends more detailed customer data to Google and then use value-based bidding. All that really means is you're telling the AI exactly what a lead is worth so it can go out and hunt for more of your best customers, not just any customer.
Okay, coming in at number 2, let's talk about a classic budget killer that trips up so many advertisers.
It's just so easy to fall into the broad match trap. You know, Google kind of nudges you to use it because it gives their system a ton of freedom, but that can lead to your ads showing up for completely irrelevant searches. The fix here just requires a little bit of discipline. You have to get into your search terms report every single week, see what people are actually typing to find you, and then be really aggressive about cutting out the waste.
Moving on to our third point, this one is all about building a protective shield for your budget against all those wasteful clicks.
This one's huge. Ignoring your negative keywords. These are just the words you tell Google not to show your ads for. You know, things like free, or jobs, or maybe login. But instead of adding them one by one to each campaign, the modern fix is to build a master negative list and apply it across your entire account. It becomes your first line of defense against wasted ad spend.
And wow, this right here just perfectly illustrates the point. Take a look at this dashboard. This account added 468 negative keywords, which sounds like a lot, but the industry benchmark is over 3,000. And the result? Over $136,000 in wasted spend in just 90 days. That's the real cost of ignoring this step.
Okay, let's look at mistake number 4. This one is all about what happens in that crucial moment, right after someone clicks your ad. It's sending all your traffic straight to your homepage. Just think about it for a second. If your ad promises emergency plumbing services, the page they land on had better say emergency plumbing services right at the top, nice and big. Don't make people hunt for what they want. The fix is simple, but it's so important. Use dedicated landing pages that perfectly match the promise of your ad.
Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the AI. In today's landscape, success really means learning how to work with Google's automation, not constantly fighting it with a bunch of outdated tactics.
So this brings us right to our 5th mistake, which is a major hangover from the old manual bidding days of Google Ads. Over-segmenting your campaigns. You know that old strategy of having an ad group for every single keyword variation? Yeah, that's dead. And why? Because it spreads your data way too thin. The key thing here is that it literally starves Google's AI of the information it needs to learn and get better. The modern way to do it is to consolidate your ad groups by theme, giving the machine enough data to actually work its magic. For our 6th point, we've got to talk about the advice coming from Google itself. And for this one, you need a healthy dose of skepticism.
And that's blindly applying all of Google's recommendations. Look, that optimization score can be really tempting to chase, but you have to remember, Google's main goal is to increase ad spend. Your goal is to increase profit. And those two things are not always the same. So the fix is to just think critically. Only apply the recommendations that actually, truly align with your business objective.
Let's turn our attention to mistake number 7, which is all about the ads themselves, the creative part. It's neglecting your ad strength. That good or excellent score isn't just for show, you know? It directly impacts your ad rank and how much you end up paying per click. The fix is to use all the tools Google gives you. Max out your headlines, write really compelling descriptions, and focus on the customer's benefits, not just a list of your product's features.
All right, our 8th mistake is a sneaky one. And this is specifically for those of you who are using Performance Max campaigns, so listen up.
It's letting PMax take credit for your brand searches. See, when your PMax campaign bids on your own company name, it totally inflates your return on ad spend, or ROAS, making it look way better than it actually is. I mean, those people were already looking for you. The fix is to use brand exclusions in your PMax settings. That way, you keep your brand traffic in a separate campaign and you get clean, accurate data.
Okay, finally, let's talk about the human element. Because the AI is incredibly powerful, but it still needs a smart, attentive pilot in the cockpit. These last 2 mistakes are all about your habits as an advertiser.
Mistake number 9 is, oh man, it's a huge one. And it's all about ignoring the device where the vast majority of your audience is actually seeing your ads. Forgetting about mobile users, this is just massive. Over 60% of all clicks happen on a phone. If your site takes forever to load or the buttons are too tiny to tap, you're just throwing money straight down the drain. The fix is totally non-negotiable. Your site must load in under 3 seconds and be perfectly optimized for the thumb, not for a mouse.
And that brings us to our final mistake, which honestly is really all about your mindset.
It's adopting that set it and forget it mentality. Look, Google Ads is not a crock pot. You can't just turn it on, walk away, and expect a perfect meal. Budgets can run wild, your competitors change their tactics, and you miss out on opportunities. The only real way to win is to establish a routine, a quick daily check for any emergencies, and a deeper weekly audit of your performance.
Okay, I know what you're probably thinking right now. That is a lot of stuff to keep track of. Auditing search terms, optimizing bids, building lists. I mean, it's basically a full-time job.
So, are you feeling a little overwhelmed, or maybe you just don't have time for that daily grind? Hey, you're not alone. That's the reality for most business owners.
But what if you could automate all that defensive work so you could focus on the offense, on actually growing your business? Well, this is where a new generation of AI tools comes in. Solutions like Calum.xyz are designed specifically to handle all this complexity for you, acting like your own automated ads manager.
The concept is really pretty straightforward. It handles the setup, it provides 24/7 monitoring to prevent all that wasted spend we talked about, and it automatically manages the bids and the creative. It's built from the ground up so you can focus on running your business, not on becoming a full-time Google Ads expert.
So, let's bring it all together with a quick little risk checklist. Look at these common issues: no conversion tracking, unmonitored broad match, sending traffic to your homepage. Just pause for a second and honestly ask yourself, which of these might be hurting your account right now?
And that leaves us with one final crucial question. As we move deeper and deeper into this AI-driven world, you have to ask yourself, is my account actually built to win? Or is it just a really expensive way of setting money on fire?